given to NARA. The power to direct is kept by the cabinet. This is not delegation. This is subcontracting corruption. If the Prime Minister...
Check.
If the Prime Minister decides that the new Parliament building is a reconstruction and resilience project, it goes on the list and NARA builds it with your money, without a board to question it, without a parliamentary vote, and even originate its own project list. Even originate its own project list. Every comparable reconstruction body in the world, in the Bahamas, in Haiti, was empowered to identify and originate projects. NARA must wait to be told what to do. The authority has all the power to build, but it has no power to decide what to build. The power to execute is given to NARA. The power to direct is kept by the cabinet. This is not delegation. This is subcontracting corruption. If the Prime Minister...
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. My people who are called by my name, if they should humble themselves and pray, they will hear from me and I will heal their land.
Originates its own project list. Every comparable reconstruction body in the world, in the Bahamas, in Haiti, was empowered to identify and originate projects. NARA must wait to be told what to do. The authority has all the power to build, but it has no power to decide what to build. The power to execute is given to NARA. The power to direct is kept by the cabinet. This is not delegation. This is subcontracting corruption. If the Prime Minister decides that the new Parliament building is a reconstruction and resilience project, it goes on the list and NARA builds it with your money, without a board to question it, without a parliamentary vote on procurement, without an Auditor General review. Mr. Speaker, let me speak to what is truly at stake. Then raise a point of order. It's an internal auditor for 1 year. Mr. Speaker, let me speak to what is truly at stake. Because this is not a debate about institutional design. This is a debate about the future of Jamaica. The destructive...
Yes. Everybody, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Call some people because civics is at the front. You know, I remember I went on a show when I'm bridging them. I don't remember if it was Jeffrey Tavares' channel. And I was speaking on a matter. We were discussing, as we always do. And somebody in the chat room, and I am mentioning, you know, because somebody said to me again, said that me go on like me know everything. No, me don't know everything. I'll be the first to tell you that. But things that I am interested in, I make it my point of duty to have an understanding. Yeah? So I kind of specialize in a certain things and try to understand certain things. Second, I read a lot. Anything will come in front of me, read it. I read a whole heap. Sometimes I surprise myself when it is time to recall some of the things that I have read. Now, one of the problems is that you have a whole heap of people who learn things and can't apply them. You have a whole heap of people who read things and don't understand them. Yeah? And therefore, you can't blame me for make myself aware of the things that I speak on. I'm going to talk about every matter. I don't speak on every matter. So I don't know everything, but I understand a lot of things. I can tell you that. I have a couple of clips I want to play, and most of you would have heard what happened in the Parliament last night. It was minutes to 1 o'clock. Minutes to 1 o'clock when the Parliament erupted. Yeah, we down there, so. Parliament stop here. They said Jamaica stop. And I'm going to play beyond the headlines of the 5 o'clock news from RGR Group. We're going to play that first this evening. All right, second, because I played one of Dr. Dawes' clip already. It was about 11:15. Yeah, try remember though.
Good afternoon, I'm Deidre Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, April 29, 2026. Charges to be laid against the suspect held in connection with missing policeman's death. Government and opposition at odds over passed legislation on short-term rental accommodations effective April 1, 2027. Jamaica Labour Party condemns conduct of opposition MP Dr. Angela Brown Burke, who held onto mace disrupting parliamentary proceedings yesterday. Jamaica Teachers Association says meaningful progress has been made on long-standing issue of graduate allowance. In business news, petrol prices to go up again, 87 and 90, up by $4.50. The discussion segment.
So we keep them honest. We keep them honest. Channel with substance. Thanks, my subscribers. Thanks to all the viewers and listeners for giving us access to some of the power where we could call out and say government should hold off. Don't increase the cap on a liter of gas. We know the war is on, and we know that gas price up there. Raleigh tell us yesterday. The British market was over $100, $111. And the US sweet crude was about $99 per barrel. You know? So we thank the people for being loyal to this platform. We ask you to just push a little harder because we need the message out there. And sometimes I see a lot of people asking why Raleigh now have him own YouTube channel. Yeah, Raleigh's right here. You want more access to Raleigh? Tell me. Everybody in the world now have a YouTube channel. You understand? And it is obvious, I'm sure it must be obvious to you all that Raleigh is comfortable over here. So, invite more people over here to listen to Ralston Hyman, to listen to Colin Bell, to listen to Conrad O'Brien. Invite more people. And that will help us to get the message out. The message that we want people to understand, the truth. We are going to be talking about what happened in the Parliament last night, and somebody's asking 11 after 11, it's about 11:45 or 11:50. I don't remember the time, but I have the time on the one that I post because I post it same time in the night. But I watched up until 1 o'clock. And my understanding is that Parliament finished about 2 o'clock. It was over 11 hours, non-stop. The parliamentarians working for our money. But do they all have our best interests at heart? Dr. Dawes was brutal in the Parliament yesterday. Dr. Alfred Dawes was brutal. Hold on, Sheppy. And I'm going to make you hear some more from Dr. Dawes. Dr. Dawes.
$2 trillion of public funds. This is what we are signing away. We are being asked to spend the money now and account for it later. But later is too late for the people whose money is being spent today. And if you dare to speak about what is happening inside that authority, Section 14 provides criminal penalties of up to $1 million or 1 year in prison for unauthorized disclosure. No express whistleblower protection clause. None. Then we have a sweeping indemnity regime that can cover even criminal proceedings. So they commit a crime and the taxpayers have to pay for it, for their defense. They have criminalized speaking the truth about Naira, and they have indemnified those who abuse it. The watchdog has been muzzled. The fox has been released. And the chicken coop is guarded by a CEO who may or may not love fried chicken. Mr. Speaker, Lord Acton warned us, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. This government is not merely ignoring that warning. They are writing it into law and calling it efficiency.
Yes, sir. Brutal. Dr. Alfred Dawes was brutal yesterday in the Parliament. Listen to you.
Governance model for a disaster reconstruction authority that has ever been assembled.
Hold on.
I have searched the Caribbean, the Americas, the globe for a reconstruction body with a similar oversight and accountability framework. I did not find a better model that Jamaica ignored. I found that Jamaica invented the worst model. I am convinced that this government has designed the weakest governance model for a disaster reconstruction authority that has ever been assembled by a modern democracy. A model destined by its very architecture to be scandal-ridden, destined to fail in its strategic objectives of efficient, resilient, and meaningful reconstruction of the infrastructure and the lives of Jamaican people. The Prime Minister spoke of Peru. He carried us thousands of miles across the world to find his cautionary tale. But, Mr. Speaker, we need not travel that far. The answers are closer to home. The warnings are in our neighborhood. When Hurricane Dorian swept through the Bahamas in September 2019, a Category 5 storm, the strongest ever to make direct landfall in that nation, the Bahamian government did not reach for a CEO with absolute powers and an advisory board. They built a full governing board of directors with legally bound fiduciary duties. The Disaster Reconstruction Authority Act of 2019 established a separate chairman, a vice chairman.
He's coming back. He's coming back. That is actually in the clip. So, Dr. Dawes was brutal in the Parliament yesterday evening. While we were on yesterday evening, he was delivering the speech. So I went to the speech and I took out pieces. And there are some hotter pieces, some hot pieces in there. Trust me. I'm going to play the final clip, but let me inform you that Bert Samuels is going to be joining us at 5:30. for us to get the constitutional side and a legal side, the legal aspect of what happened in the parliament last night with the alleged, and I'm using alleged because I was watching and I never see it. The speaker get bringle, so I guess she saw something in her eyes. I did not see it. Did you see it? I have not seen any clip with her touching the mace on social media or anywhere else. I'd love to see that picture. I think that should exist in the parliament. They have multiple camera angles, but I don't know if they are recording from all the angles. That is the other part of it. But let's take the final clip from Dr. Dawes. Raleigh going to join us at about 6. Let's take the final clip from Dr. Dawes.
By the powerful to protect the powerful. Sent here by the powerful to protect the powerful. We were sent here by the powerless to protect them from the powerful. Mr. Speaker, the man in the street watching these debates is asking one question. What is NARA? The superficial answer is that NARA is a reconstruction body. But the question is not what NARA is. The question is what NARA is for. Is NARA the answer to the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa? Yes. Or was Hurricane Melissa the answer to this government's long and deliberate march towards authoritarianism and absolutism? Because, Mr. Speaker, the bill before us does not give power to the people to rebuild their country. It takes power from the people and gives it to one man, accountable to one minister, anointed by one prime minister. What is proposed here today is a bill that entrenches this government's long-held desire to concentrate power and resources into the hands of a few and to castrate the state agencies and civil servants whose constitutional roles are to act as watchdogs over every taxpayer dollar.
So, as I said, the man was brutal. Brutal in the parliament last night. Alfred Dawes. Now, the bill was passed. The bill will be going to the Senate, which is called the upper house. And the bill was passed with over 20 amendments in one night. That is evidence that the bill should go to a joint select committee of parliament. Prime Minister, you could give 4 weeks for the joint select committee to sit and sift through that bill. The bill have a whole heap of ambiguities. Yeah? Whole heap of ambiguities in the bill. And that is why it needs to go to the joint select committee of parliament. I am also sure and want to predict that the Senate, in a one-day sitting, is going to make their amendments to the bill as well. So, if you all understand where I am coming from, it is not hard to see why this should go to a joint select committee of the parliament. All right. For those of you who did not see what happened last night, you come here for information and we give you information. We don't give you cascas. And we don't tell lies, we speak truth. And that's why this evening we're going to talk about the alleged grabbing of the mace. And I am using the word alleged because I was watching the parliament and I did not see. And I am saying that if there are videos of it, it should be released. Because one, grabbing the mace or taking up the mace in the parliament is not allowed. But understand not allowed. Because protest is not in the law for you say you must protest, but you can protest. And I have always said it, and I don't know if I am going to be chastised for this or whatever, but it was always my view. Whenever the opposition walks out of parliament, I wouldn't just walk out, I would have carried the mace. Because if the mace is not in the parliament, no bills can't make. So I wouldn't just want to walk out of the parliament. If I go protest, I walk out with the mace and stop the show. Like when the government walk out, the show stop. That's how you walk out of parliament. You don't walk out of parliament and the show continues. But as I say, different strokes for different folks. I am a radical man. I believe that you have to be strong. Sometimes you have to turn over the table to make some people get your point. When you're arguing for the people. I remember in one parliament somewhere around the world, some politician threw the mace through a window, you know. Yeah. There was a politician who threw a mace through a window. All right. For those of you who did not see, and maybe just a little split on social media because them now give the context. Let's go.
Without amendments, members, the principality in the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brown-Burke, I name you. Outside. Marshall, go for her. Angela Brown-Burke. Members, I name Angela Brown-Burke and ask that she be removed from the chamber. Those in favor? Those against, the ayes have it. Member outside.
Well, that is what happened. We did not see. I did not see. And this is the clip straight from the parliament, from PBCJ. That's where this clip come from. PBCJ, straight from the parliament, the House of Representatives in Jamaica. God knows, to be exact. And if you realize what you're looking at now was members of the People's National Party surround Angela Brown-Burke. Because, hey boy, let's go to the start again.
The amendment being suggested. That's what I got from her statement. So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause,
I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, the principality in the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7.
So, hold on now. You know, hear when she say, that's
you
not
don't
a...
ever do that.
Hold on. You know, hear when she say, that's not a joke, you know. I am basically figuring that was the time when whatever happened. And it took a couple minutes to sink in the speaker. But the speaker was coming out of a rave. If you remember the clip when we play from where this clip here start. I saw me like cut my clip them so you can get the context. There was an issue with Marlene Malahou Fort. I will go back. I will drop it.
Objecting to the amendment being suggested. That's what I got from her statement. So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause,
I
pilot
wish
of the
to
bill.
put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, the person piloting the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7.
So she said
Oh,
that's
you
not.
don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brown Burke, I name you. Outside.
So she thought about it. You watch the tape. When she said this, that's not a joke, you know. You realize she continued. So she processed what just happened. She never reacts same time. No wrong with that, you know. So, when you hear she giving the vote, the clause on which the People's National Party, the opposition, is not in agreement with, whenever it is put to a vote, they call for a divide. So the clerk of the House has to call out everybody's name, and everybody vote, and your vote is recorded. So what the opposition was doing throughout the entire sitting, through the bill in committee stage, they were ensuring that whatever they do is recorded, and you can't say them vote on something where them never want to vote on or that they are not in agreement with. You ready, counsel? As I said to you, we're going to be talking to senior attorney at law, Bert Samuels, so that we can get a full understanding of this thing here. Counsel.
Greetings.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm fine, this evening. Greetings to you and your listeners,
Yes, man. Blessings and thanks for joining us. Counsel, last night in the Parliament, and I don't know if you saw the thing you said, if you saw it, if you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I could show you, and I'll take the clip from maybe about 40 seconds further from before it happened and give you an opportunity to see what took place.
Objecting to the amendment being suggested. That's what I got from her statement. So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause, pilot
I wish
of the
to
bill.
put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, the person piloting the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brown Burke, I name you. Outside.
All right, so counsel, that is what took place.
Oh, so the camera was not on her.
Exactly, and I've not seen any recording of her touching the mace. It's just from what the Speaker of the House said when she said, that's not a joke, you know. I am figuring that is the time it is alleged that she grabbed the mace or touched the mace or whatever.
Yeah.
What is this mace and what is its importance in the Parliament, counsel?
Well, it is a symbolic rod with a kind of crown at the top, almost. So, Jamaica is a colony before it became independent, and we exported all the conventions, the practices of the British Parliament. So we're
still in the mental slavery.
Yeah, but the parliament is the king of England's parliament,
Yes,
It
yes,
is his parliament. When his mother came here about 2 decades ago, and she spoke in the Jamaican parliament, I quote, she said, and I quote, "My government in Jamaica."
hallelujah.
So it is King Charles's government. And the mace is a relic of the King of England's presence and authority in our parliament. That's what the mace
Yes.
is about. It is His Majesty's Parliament.
So it is
And
the king's prime minister and
right,
the
is
king's opposition.
right. His Majesty's lawful opposition and lawful government, all of those are still in the Constitution of Jamaica. It has
Yes.
not been decolonized as yet. Although we were independent, we were fooled into thinking that it is now our government. It's the government of England. And there are three arms of government. The courts, which is the highest court, is the King of England's Privy Council.
Yes.
It is the executive, which is the King of England's cabinet, and the legislature, which is where this thing happened, is the king's seat. So the mace represents him, and you. When Parliament is being opened, the marshal or the clerk walks at the mace and places it dead center in the house, with the opposition to the left, the government to the right, and it sits on that table. Now, the Parliament cannot continue to sit if the mace is removed. It can only sit whilst the mace is in that position. And there's no law that says it. It's what we call a practice and a convention. All right, your time.
So what if Angela Brown Burke, or what if any member of the parliament take up the mace and walk out?
The Parliament immediately has to cease, and the marshal would normally have to chase that person and take it back. The marshal is right. The marshal is the police in the Parliament.
So is the marshal a constable or a member of the
No,
GCS?
he's called the marshal. He keeps order in the court. He listens to the speaker and follows the directions of the speaker. So when the speaker said, "Take her out," he's supposed to go hold her by the arm and take her out of the Parliament.
And there's no legal action that can be taken against
Oh
him.
no, you can't trouble the marshal. He's acting on the speaker's word. Neither can you trouble the speaker if, in her judgment, the person is removing the mace. She has the power to guarantee and make sure that the mace stays in the Parliament so that the business of the Parliament can continue.
What actions can be taken against the person who takes up that mace and come out of the house with it or grab onto it?
The speaker tell you to go. The marshal can go for it and wrestle it away from the person. Yeah, so that is it. But there's no civil action. You may be suspended from the house.
For how long?
For 3 or 4 sittings, just like in football, you're suspended from 2-3 matches. You can be suspended from the house for misconduct.
And you get your pay same way.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'd have to research that part.
So this whole issue of protests.
Yes.
What protests is available to the, or what kind of protests? How does the opposition protest against a bill that they find dictatorial or something like that?
All right. Well, during the sitting of any house, any member that feel that there isn't justice being given is free to get up and try to remove the mace. He can do it, but it's the consequences after that. But it is not. It does not. You won't achieve much. You will achieve the attention that you have very strong feelings about what's happening in the Parliament.
Right.
Yeah.
And the punishment is not so severe based on what you just said.
No, it's not that severe. It's just that, you're extracted from the house, So if you had a narrow margin, your government, your opposition had a narrow margin, you don't want to lose that member. You know,
But
because
in this
when people
case,
vote,
in this
the
case
vote
where
was
the
already
opposition
taken.
lose every vote
Yeah.
comfortably,
Yeah.
then maybe the best thing was to stop the sitting at the house in protest.
Yes, but you know, if you want me to be impartial,
Yeah, man, be
the people
partial.
the people of Jamaica gave the majority of members of parliament to the Jamaica Labour Party,
Yes.
and therefore it is in our democracy. The people of Jamaica have authorized them to vote on bills, and if they do that, but I think this same bill, you know. One of the members of the government didn't agree with it, you know. Am I
Yeah, man,
correct?
and she continues. In fact, the bill was passed
In
with
her
more than
absence?
20 amendments last night. And
Yeah.
in my view, that is evidence why the bill should go to a joint select committee of the both houses of parliament.
Yeah. In other words, it is still controversial. It's still in need of repair,
Yes.
if I want of a better word. Yeah. But if you talk to me as if I'm on my attorney's hat, it is not the. It is inappropriate for you to remove the mace because you suffer consequences. But in a democracy, you know, people still have the right to protest. Eh?
And that is a fair part of protest within the House of Parliament.
Well, the views on that would differ. Some people feel that you should never disrespect the mace. You know, so it depends on how.
But what do you say to those of us who say fire burn the king? And we want our own House of Parliament. So
yeah, well,
any symbol representing the king in our making of laws is still seen as mental slavery.
That's right. So when we decolonize the parliament, I like to see them remove it and put an a bang or something else there that shows respect for our history. Something very
not if any emblem, it must depict the people of Jamaica.
Yes.
And Parliament must sit in our interests.
But if you go to court recently, when the court is about to start, what the policeman shout out?
Oh yeah, whatever in the name of the king and God
save the king. So that happens in every court in Jamaica, except for the Court of Appeal. So you have the parliament, which is legislation. Now you have the court, which is another arm of government.
Yes.
So the king infests the three arms of government.
So the king is fully in charge.
Yeah. When you appeal to the Privy Council, you're appealing to the King Charles, you know.
Yes.
And he follows the advice of his Privy Council. So Charles ruled on in a boss.
So
and that's not fiction. It's reality.
It's reality because as you mentioned, the court, the parliament, is the king's court and the king's parliament.
Yes.
And we still have what? Crown land, which is the royal family land in Jamaica.
Yeah, in fact, the Crown land is when we were chased, when we got our freedom and the planters, the white planters got 20 million pounds. Then run us off the plantation. And then the lands that we wanted to run onto were Crown lands, so we couldn't go on it. Them, they would punish us.
I have to ask you this before I let you go, because you are strong on reparation, and you have even told us that you're coming out of retirement to go and argue that case
in the Privy Council. Yes,
at the Privy Council.
Yeah,
but I am a strong proponent of. We should start with land reparation. Is that possible where the government of Jamaica can start giving the people of Jamaica some of these crown lands to go build them house and give them rightful access to these lands?
You're more than right. As a Pan-Africanist, this is how I see it. We left the plantation 300 odd years of free labor. So for the crown and him friends, and the British, the king's family had a monopoly on the Atlantic Ocean for the ships that pass through. Them have the toll booth and enough money off us. So anything that belonged to the King of England, the Crown lands, once we got free, we should have seized them. That's what Haiti, the revolution in Haiti did, which we didn't get to do a revolution. We have everything peaceful and Taki try a thing and them hang him,
But
and
what do you
Bogle
say
try a
about the
thing.
Maroons? Did the
Well,
Maroons get land reparation?
yeah, well, in the treaties that they signed, they got land from the British government, which is still theirs, and
Yes.
that's a treaty that. But when the British left, and said them is, well, they leave but don't leave. When in 1962, they should have addressed the Maroon problem because it is their treaty that gave the Maroons that. So the Maroons have a very strong argument that the
Yes.
British agreement is still binding, and it's their place up in the cockpit.
And up in a Moortown.
Yeah. So the British left a mess down here now for us to fight each other over,
And we're still honoring that mess by dealing with
Yeah.
the mace.
Yeah, I wrote to the Chief Justice of Jamaica and asked him to retire in the Jamaican courts. God save the king. And nothing has been done.
Has he responded to you?
No, he said noted in a response.
Noted. Me get it.
Yeah. You get it. So you know what that is. And he swears in the King's Council lawyers who take an oath that they will do matters for the king free, and they won't do any matters against him, and they take and they become King's Council.
So tell me something now, like this case here where you are going to argue.
Yeah.
The King's Council them can't go argue it.
Good point, because it's a case against
The king.
the sovereign king and his, who enslaved us. So you're right. That is why when I go there, I don't go there as one of his lawyers, because King's Counsel means king's lawyer, I'm a king lawyer, and I the people's lawyer. I'm a PC, I'm not a KC, I'm a PC, people's
counsel.
Yeah. That's what
finally, Mr. Samuels.
Yeah.
Should Angela Brownberg apologize if she did touch the mace? I don't know if she touched it. Bert? Like we lose counsel. What do you all think? Should Angela Brownberg apologize? Mr. Samuels? We lose Mr. Samuels. Wanted to ask him if...
Hello?
Yeah, he's back with us. Counsel. Finally, should Angela Brownberg apologize?
I'm not hearing. I'm going to...
All right. Jump off and jump back on.
Take care.
All right. Blessings.
One low.
All right. That was senior attorney at law, Bert Samuels, talking to us about the debacle. But there was more. What I played for you is not all of it. Let me play the second part now.
Member.
Madam Speaker.
House
Madam
Leader.
Speaker.
Marshy.
Madam Speaker.
Yeah, man, what you do?
Me there, Wagwan.
Me there. Well, it is alleged that Angela Brownberg touched the mace.
Yes, it is
But
alleged.
she play.
Eh?
Yeah, because me not went to touch it neither. Me
Well-
not see that. I mean, I know the camera them not see that. And that camera they behave like the one them where did up a Cliffview place at Bradley Avenue. When no camera put into
hold
when
on.
nobody shoot up the place.
Let me say this now. There are lots of cameras in the parliament. The cameras in the parliament are set. So you don't have cameramen on all the cameras in the parliament.
Right.
They are set at
Right.
certain angles, and then you have an editor or a director who basically show which clip you see out there on TV. Because TVG don't have a set of camera in there, and GIS and PBCJs. One set of camera that gives all the feed. Anybody will want to connect to the Parliament.
Not GIS control it.
I think I don't remember if a PBCJ or GIS. One of them. But it's one set of cameras in there.
So then,
hold on.
So
here how the cameras work now. So each camera is connected to what you call a switcher or a mixer.
Yes.
A video mixer. And that video mixer maybe have one or two, some of them have maybe 3 output source, while they can have sometime up to 32 input source. So you can have 32 cameras coming into one device. And one man or 2 people sit down there and I punch the buttons and I switch to see what you see at home. Now, in some instances, all the cameras are also recording. In some instances, no camera record.
Yeah.
The recording goes to a DVR or hard drive based on what the final mix from the editor, director, or the switcher. So if they only have one recording in the Parliament and the cameras don't record, then you wouldn't be able to see. I play the clip from up front because I want to show that at that time of night, everybody was getting tired and the speaker was in a rage. And we hear the speaker say, "That's not a joke." Then she continue and then she start. Sorry. So I have not asked anybody yet in the Parliament if Angela did touch the mace. You know, I have my sources in the Parliament. And I say sources. Because I have more than one person who I can ask. If she did touch the mace. I don't know. So that's why I'm using the word allegedly. Go ahead, Marshall.
When Dr. Dawes was talking, you know, it was so brutal. You know that Daryl Dawes was cussing out all the bad with them in the world.
A bad with them in the cuss?
Then the bad with Daryl Dawes.
I have to ask the producer for watching because my producer can watch him out and tell you exactly what he's saying.
Yes, man. He tears some bad words in a Parliament, man. And him do it well at a time. But try him can't do what he want to do. But back to Angela Brownberg, there's a man in Bahamas, one of the legislators, the opposition side. I think it's Shenandoah Cartwright is his name. Him take up the mace and throw that ratty through the window.
Yeah, man. Me remember a parliamentarian throwing a mace through a window.
It's Bahamas, man. His name Shenandoah Cartwright.
Yeah, man.
Toss that ratty through the window. Fling it away.
Yeah, man.
Because them are going like our sacred piece of something. It's not sacred, you know.
Sacred what? Fire burn for your mace.
You know what I mean? They have a whole heap of the lion thing where, let me tell you, most all politicians lie, but the amount of lie where Andrew will stand up over the mace and tell. Believe you me, man. That's why Satan said no want him down there. And Satan reject him already, you know. Satan reject Andrew Wellness, you know. And you know, want to Daryl Dawes neither.
Tell her.
Because when them man got in the church, you know, and then people get in a spirit and see them, you then just a one tongue to them first. Pure rubber them. And you know what? Painful. When they say Donovan Williams last night.
Say, what audacity.
You know who wrote the call thief. When I come to call him thief. And well, on, about too much money contribute to that building. We're not involved in some corruption.
No, but when Chris Tufton come forward, say Jamaica is a low trust society. Yes, Tuffy, you're right. We are a low trust society. We not trust you, Tuffy. We not trust you.
Can't trust him. Oh, you fi trust him, man. No, man. These guys. Let me tell you something. At least, let's say, a little sting in this tail of the scorpion last night. Them a mess around. Something is going to happen in Jamaica. Something is going to happen in Jamaica. And we're working hard for Andrew Wellness. And we now stop traditional Andrew Wellness. And strong. Them a push them luck because the police go and kill more than 365 people this year, 365 days in the year. For the time being, the murder leading the days of the year. Right?
Yeah.
For this month, if we not be careful, then go that double it up because, well, we're gone at 38, we're gone already. And at 28 there, 29 today. I will. All good, all month good.
My concern is about the police aspect of it. I am very concerned. And when you have a minister who is insisting that the police will not wear body-worn cameras to show that people are attacking the police and the police are doing what they have to do, then it spells danger. Yes. And I am warning all the people who are supporting this and as a police, they go kill gunman. It is not that way. If they challenge the police, they must meet the maker.
If they challenge the police, go and meet the maker.
If they surrender, they must meet a judge.
Exactly. But right now, when we see really a going, the thing one kind of way, a genocide this,
Yeah.
And if I'm a genocide,
I need to call Fitzjackson.
Yes.
I need to give Fitzjackson a call.
If it's not genocide, because I'm on the poor black people I'm killing. So if I'm a genocide, it's ethnic cleansing.
And what I want to call Fitzjackson about, I want to know if it is true that Israelis are here training our police officers.
Because them know if you commit genocide. You're so right. Bless up yourself, sir. Bless up yourself.
1-876-804-7072. We are going to also be joined by Ralston and Little from this. Hold on the caller. Now let me tell you this. It was the Sunday morning we were on Talk Jamaica. And I got the inspiration from the Lord Jesus Christ. Said to call out that the government don't increase the cap of $4.50 on gas like Darrell Vaz had said. And we make the call and it has been holding. If it had not been for us, the increase on gas now maybe would have been $6 and $7 a week. So I want to thank all of you on Portland Spice and thank Ralston Hyman for giving me the opportunity to get it for RGR. Ralston never know say we did ever make that call because of the morning on the show it came. And those of you who are here witnessed the first time when we say it, and as we say it, we say give thanks to Jesus Christ for the inspiration. So big up all the subscribers of Portland Spice TV. All the listeners and followers and naysayers. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share Portland Spice TV. Become a Portland Spice ambassador. Yes, man. Caller, good evening.
Yo, Colin.
Yes, I.
Yeah, Colin, evening. Hey, 2 quick pointers. One, I sent you a clip of an article that was written by Stephen Golding. He sent it to a guy named Jonah Chung. In a nutshell, it is saying, how come we were locally based, pay homage to a symbol where you can't even touch it?
Yeah.
And the man would represent them thousands of miles away. But the people who represent where put you in there, you can't even touch the thing. You get thrown out by the people who are carry the orders or somebody were there.
Yes.
Thousands of miles away. Yeah? That's square. That don't work. That's so farcical. It's not funny.
You see how the speaker get upset?
Yes, she got bringer.
What? Touch me, miss.
It's as if our father have a piece of something there and you touch it and it's forbidden to be touched and you touch it and her presence and she had the bastion, she had the guardian.
No, man, that worse than anything we our father have, man. That almost something she hold near and dear.
It seems as if Angela Brown was in her living room uninvited and say, yo, get up.
Even by that tone.
Some dog.
Even by that tone. And I like she calmed down. And she said, member, and read the standing order. Listen, hold on.
Yeah, so.
Listen the lady.
Yeah.
Hold on.
5, 6, and 7.
Hold on. Listen.
You don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brown Burke, I name you. Outside.
Yeah, outside. You notice that?
Outside.
Listen,
Marshall.
Yeah,
Go
like,
for her.
like I
Go
talk
for
to
her.
a straight dog or something. Yeah, like I talk to a straight dog.
Angela
All right.
Brown Burke.
That was not. Listen.
That was not cool,
If
man.
Angela touched the mace, based on the rules and the laws, Wagwan, she's wrong. Let me say
But
the number.
another first attack, you know.
Let me say
Keebleman
the
do that
number.
already, you know. Other people do it already in the past, you know.
But would you just your Martian? I said it before that I remember a parliament overseas. I don't remember which parliament.
Yeah, it was done locally. Keebleman did it here in the 70s.
Keebleman do it at Jamaica?
Keebleman did it
Me never
because
know that.
he was opposed to Michael Manley imposing the state of emergency, right? So he did it as a form of protest.
Oh yeah.
Even though it was his party, he was in favor of the decision. So he just took up the mace. Yeah, and it happened again on the I think it happened once. I don't remember. I didn't do a research on it, but it happened when Shearer was in Porto. I know that for a fact.
Well, I never
Yeah,
made
man,
the checks.
people do it, man.
Yeah, because
Market
it's
have its
a form of,
consequence,
isn't it a form of protest?
It's a form of protest. Yes.
Yeah.
And she was looking at a reason to get at Angela Brown Burke for the longest while, you know.
Yes, man. Of course, them
this
want
happening
both
now,
she and her
Because
husband.
if you notice,
She and her
when she was
husband
making
out
her
to get
contribution,
Angela.
yeah,
And that's
when she
why
was
I
making
am
her
using the
contribution
word
to the
until I get confirmation. I am saying
Right.
allegedly. She touched it.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember when she was making her contribution to the sectoral debate. She lay out a laundry list of the scandals and the.
It's not the sectoral debate. No. No, she was
the debate for the NARA.
right. She was contributing to the NARA bill. Yeah.
The NARA bill. Yeah.
Yes.
She lay out a laundry list of the things that they did wrong.
Yes.
For them have that in them system. Plus, there's a carryover from this Malawi Fort because she was upset with her first, you know. And then that came at the tail
That's
end
what I tell you. Yeah, she was angry. So she was in a rave. She was in a rave. And then.
So it was a carryover, you know? It was a carryover. Anyway, not going to listen.
Big up yourself, my brother. One love.
Yeah, blessings.
1876 804 7072. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Hello.
Yes, John. Go right ahead, my brother. Go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon, my brother. I'm listening. Okay. But I'm not surprised by the behavior of the speaker because the last evening he was trying to bring better. You know, it was so vulgar.
John, hold on, John.
It was so, I tell you what, it was.
John, if you're having a headpiece or you have one speaker, we prefer you go straight to the phone. So if you have a headpiece, take out the headpiece and go straight to the phone. You're sounding very far.
As I'm saying, the speaker, shows how crude she is last night. I want to say something. In 2004, to Edmund Bartlett removed the maze after the conversation in Parliament. And he was asked by the speaker to apologize, which he did, and the sitting continue.
Also, there are many instances where this thing happened.
And, but I believe that one of the reasons why Mrs. Owens behaved this way was because the vote, when Malawo voted nay, I voted no. And they pressed her. And those behind her said, say yes, and the Ibrahim said yes. And the opposition was upset and said, well, I should vote already. That triggered off Mrs. Oldness. She got all her composure, and Jamaica will be the worst for this lady being a speaker. There must be something. Either the opposition continue to stay out of the house until she removes as speaker or something, but it is untenable. The church work and the parliament will continue to be in confusion and disarray once she is the speaker. Before I go, my brother, I want to say big up to the National Health Fund. I think it is one of the agencies leave that the government has not manipulated and used for personal gains. I want to big them up, those staff, because I think that they are doing a wonderful job for the people of Jamaica. You must always remember that 20 years ago, 21 years now,
yes,
that the health fund was established by the People's Health Party for the people and continues to run for the people. Big up yourself, my friend.
All right, John, big up yourself. One love. I think we have a caller holding, do we? Oh, yeah, you do this? Oh, it did it. It did it. Yes, my people. We spoke to Attorney at Law Bert Samuels earlier about this incident in the Parliament. I want you to listen a little bit more, hear a little bit more of the behavior of the Speaker of the House.
I hereby move, Madam Speaker, I hereby move that the member for St. Andrews South be suspended for the rest of the duration of the House.
Those in favor? Those against? Clark? Members.
What a night. Have we ever had a parliament sitting as long as this one? I can't remember. We have had some long ones, but I think this might be the longest.
Madam Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, our chairman, the motion that is being moved is that the member for Southeast St. Andrew is suspended for the remainder of the sitting.
Members.
Madam.
Member, Marshall, could you please remove
Madam
the member
Chairman.
immediately? Immediately remove the member. You are instructed to please immediately remove the member from the House.
Madam Chairman, we were proceeding quite effectively in going through the clauses of the bill. I think what we are witnessing now is a display which, when we reflect on this in years to come, it will not be amongst our best. And I think the order of the House and dignity of the House must be preserved. And I would invite all members to join in preserving that dignity of the House. You are the members.
Let me pause it there. Because there's much more. Whole heap more. Ed boy, good evening.
Good evening, brother Colin. How you doing?
Boy, I'm there. A boss in a politics.
Let me tell you something. I was so impressed with the presentation from the opposition members yesterday.
Yes.
Particularly, everyone. I can't say nobody's presentation was substandard, to be honest.
Yeah, man. The man them bring it. They brought it.
Man, them bring it. But you know what I realized, Colin? There's 3 M's, This is how I refer to the speaker. And I'm making no apologies in saying so.
Mm-hmm.
She is suffering from myopia because she's very myopic in her views. She's suffering from menopause because of the age she has reached, and that's a biological fact.
Oh, you know that,
brother.
Yeah.
And the other one, she's what we call down here an MK.
A what?
Yes, an MK. Yeah.
And what?
MK.
MK. What's that?
Yes, a mother cunt. Yes.
A mother cunt.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it unapologetically, Colin. You have never heard. I will never normally behave this way on your program, but this is how you ought to deal with people who behave this way. The time now to speak. She's no longer the speaker of the house, This display that because she lied through her teeth, Colin. I watched the length and depth of the part. The member Brownberg did not attempt to touch the mace. She lied.
How you know that, dead boy? Hold on. How you know that?
Hold on. Colin.
Yes?
Let me help you.
Please.
Who sits next to the party leader?
Julian Robinson and Philip Paulwell. Yeah.
And to the immediate back of them is Natalie Nita Garvey.
Yes.
Angela is sitting in which row? In
Angela,
row 5.
No, man. Angela sits beside Julian Robinson.
Julian.
Yes.
Right. Julian.
So she sits in the front row.
Yes. But where was the maze located?
Right across from her.
Okay. How could you have been to the parliament before, right?
But she could have get up and go hold it. I don't know.
But she never get up on.
I don't
but the
know.
camera would have shown if she had gotten up.
And unless you can tell me that you see a different video clip from that which was on the television that all of us was watching.
That showed her getting up and taking it up?
Yeah.
Oh well, I honestly, Colin, I have not seen that video.
No, we don't see it, and that's why I say that it is alleged that Angela Brownberg either tried to grab, touch, hold something with the mace.
You have not seen it. I am telling you. And no one, I have been on about 3 programs today, and none of those presenters are able to tell me that they have seen it.
But not because we don't see it, Ed boy, I mean say it never happened.
No, and I'm not saying that either, Colin.
So I am saying that for you to categorically say she didn't is not for me is not a fair statement.
No, one thing with you, Colin. With us. I take your advice in saying that I am of the view that the evidence does not demonstrate the claim made by the speaker. We have no evidence to justify that. But nevertheless, let's say the member attempted to touch the mace. Is that the way in which you speak to a member of the house?
That is the other thing. No, that's not the way it is dealt with. You stop.
No.
Stop the proceedings and go to your standing order. Read whatever you read. Say, member, you have touched the mace or you grabbed the mace. Because I'll know, your Angela attempted to speak, And she shut her down and said, no, you're not.
But that is not how it's supposed to be. If you're a disciplined member, you should allow the member to explain their action. That is within the standing order. In fact, Colin, and this is where Jamaican people need to understand how the parliament is run. When you name a member, the first thing that the speaker ought to do is, member, you have heard. I am asking you to desist. You do not go right to suspension, You don't go right to suspension right away. And that was what the opposition was making. Why would you proceed to suspend until you must first call the member to order and indicate to the member that the action you have carried out is in breach of the House, and I'm going to ask you to desist.
Yeah, or based on that action, here are
And
the
you don't
rulings.
name a member without warning them first, you know. Naming is the last resort in the House, you know. She violated the rules. The Speaker doesn't know the rules of the House either, Colin.
And if you
She
remember,
doesn't
you
know
know,
the
I've been
rules.
saying on this platform that the opposition needs to delegate somebody to take that standing order and become an authority on that standing order. Because I am of the opinion that a lot of time you hear the speaker go on, she not right. But
No, but
because nobody
Colin,
not challenge her, then
I can challenge the Speaker of the House right now in saying that if the standing orders were to be reviewed properly, a lot of ruling that she has made is not correct. But not only that, I blame the sitting members who have come. Colin, any organization you go to, any meeting that you go to, what normally them tell us, you see the constitution of that meeting, you see the standing order is like the constitution. Yeah? You must be a fake with the constitution. You must make yourself.
And Edward, people in there who are fair with it, you know. But like you have Dr. Barnett, who is considered the authority on constitutional issues in Jamaica. You have to have somebody in the parliament on the opposition side who can claim that kind of knowledge on the standing orders.
But Colin, it ought not to come from one member.
No,
and
man.
I'm saying,
every member have an idea, but you need to have somebody. Like we have somebody, you have somebody on the opposition side who is in charge of finance. Somebody is in charge. Yeah, man, hold on. Ed boy, hold on, Ed boy. Raleigh, good evening.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Well, go on.
Yeah, man, we're there.
We're there last night in the parliament rally. But before we go to the parliament, hold on, Ed boy, make Raleigh give you an update on what took place in the financial sector in Jamaica today.
No, man, let rally and you proceed. Yeah?
All right, cool, Ed boy. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, man, I'm going the professor and I'm going to give him the space.
All right.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Well, the BOJ wanted to mop up 35 billion and the people pumped in 44 billion. That's the first thing. Petrojam again followed sensible advice and held the prices of petroleum within the cap. So the increase was within the 450 cap today. Yep.
Yes.
So them sent because BOJ should have project 7.5% inflation, which is very conservative. Brent, the British oil closed at $122 per barrel today.
God almighty.
Yeah, well, let me get the American oil. Yep, $122 per barrel. Because Donald said him now unblock the straits, and the Iranians them say that is non-negotiable. No peace talks unless the straits clear, and them now move for them blockade. So oil price shot up.
So American oil the 120 as well?
Well, I like me again now.
Oh.
American oil is $109. And British oil is $120.
I eat this rally.
And every stock market in the world tumbled today. Because the stalemate are intensified. Yep.
This is it. American oil. That's where American oil name. West Texas.
West Texas intermediate cushion.
Them that 109 are the first them reaches from the war, don't?
Yeah, man. Because the thing intensified now.
Brent has been over 100 before.
Yeah, but the first Brent ever reached so far $120 per barrel.
$120 per barrel.
So and if this thing comes
150.
Yeah, man, it's close to 150 now. It'll get there because as I said, the Iranians them say them nah move and Donald say nah move. So let's see.
No man, then who going to call the truce rally?
Right. Well, the man they might ignore everybody who call truce. Pakistan I call truce, Putin I call truce, Xi Jinping I call truce, and the man they might ignore because the Iranians I said we now unblock the Strait of Hormuz unless you stop black ships from coming out our ports. I make we lose money, so I make the world lose money. And we now give up. We now give up our nuclear program because we are dealing with it for peaceful purposes. Yeah, you have Israel who have nuclear and I use it for destructive purposes. I want to now talk to them. Yep. So we have to have that as part of our security and to deal with our energy needs.
Because by right, Raleigh, which country on earth has ever used nuclear weapon?
America. America, the only country. So you see the upside down nature of the world. The man who used nuclear, we want to prevent everybody from having nuclear. The man whose friend who will create the most destruction of the place have nuclear, not a member of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Iran is a member of the Non-Proliferation Treaty, but Iran, you have pressure, and you know pressure your people who are going around and kill people. All now in Lebanon, them still kill people in South Lebanon.
I have all beep on the line. Conrad O'Brien.
Hi.
Yeah, man, yes.
Hi, Colin. How are you doing?
We're there. Go ahead, man.
Ronnie, what's up, and listeners, viewers. Well, as Ralston Hyman just said, that, and you, Colin, collaborate. The fact is that we are at all-time, we're in uncharted territory. Your phone
sounds so good. Your phone sound thinner crack.
All right, sound better?
Go ahead.
Any better?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And the Iranian are certainly not going to move. $120 per barrel, and 109 with the American oil. This spell trouble. And has, the man, because here, what is it? Donald Trump, while talking about peace on one hand, they are basically igniting the flame as it relates to other activities that they are carrying on, right?
Yeah,
and the Iranian will have none of it because they're saying they're sticking to their gun. No, you see, one has to really remember this, I'll factor this into the equation. The Donald believed that this was going to be an easy walk over. He went into the war with the wind, quote unquote, wind beneath, under his wing or beneath his wing after the Venezuela matter. But he came in for a very, very rude awakening. A very rude awakening, and himself and of course his advisor and his minions to include Exeter and the other gentleman
Rubio.
Rubio. They should have basically read the tea leaves, but they are high and mighty. But I want to also just bring into the equation this: a shot was fired the other day. When was it? On Saturday at the media, White House media line.
5 shots were fired.
And here
five shots, Obi.
5 shots were fired.
All right, 5 shots. 5 shots were fired. And people are run up and down and are gone and so on. Even when they have the Secret Service and all sort of protection around them. No, just imagine when that weaponry was descended on the 180 schoolgirls and the teachers, and people are walking in parts of the world today, fearful that a bomb could be dropped on them at any time. This is what the United States is presiding over under Donald J. Trump. And because apparently lives of other people mean nothing to them, but they believe that they are gods on this earth. And it is so sad. Let me just come back to home here quickly, Colin and Raleigh. Now, I did not see the member Angela Brownberg touch or remove the mace. I was
Obi?
And so I didn't see it.
You was hoping what?
Yes.
You said you were hoping?
I was watching. No, I'm not saying I was hoping. I said I was wanting it to happen so quickly. If it happened at all. Because certainly I did not say anything at all. But what I saw for sure is something very, very despicable that I believe that in itself should disqualify the speaker from being Speaker of the House. How you are Speaker of the House? The camera is on you across Jamaica and indeed the globe, and you have food or sweet in your mouth, your jaw can puff up and you sip it from one. It was so damn despicable when I saw this. And I'm saying to myself, say, how could the Speaker of the House be doing this? Not even a child. When you're speaking, you're supposed to be having anything in your mouth. I don't know how many of your side. It was despicable to the core for me.
I would have to go back to look at that. But Raleigh, you were watching the thing. What did you see?
Well, whenever I watch most of it, because right now, based on what happened in the world, Jamaica little dolly house business will play. We're not really serious. Benchmark 10-year treasury today, which determine international interest rates, jumped to 4.43% per annum. The 2-year note is 3.95% per annum. After the Federal Reserve Board, the American Central Bank held interest rates firm because them say inflation is accelerating. Those are things that are going to affect our people. Look at Dalios for them are going to Jamaica. Dalios business, backward thing. They don't really understand where I go on. Because in the first place, this is not the first incident. Everybody knows the speaker's behavior is totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant. We know that for years. Yeah. But as I said, Jamaica does a little Dalios place. Yeah. Not serious are going around at them places while the big international events are take place. So yeah.
Raleigh, you remember any other time when any member of the Jamaican House of Representatives take up, touch, or attempt to remove the mace?
No. And we never remember any time when we have a speaker whose conduct is so totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant. Never.
Yeah, we have never had a speaker what's the word? I don't want to use kettle, but
near like that. Totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant. That's an elegant way of putting it. Yep.
All right. No, but I want to carry down to the Jamaican parlance, but I don't want to use.
Well, you have to use the word where you say a while ago.
No, skettle sound too modern. I want to go way back to the gal type of behavior. But there's a word where I look for.
My grandmother used to talk about things like virego.
Virego. Tell her. That is it, Raleigh. That is the virego. Tell her.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
that is how the speaker behavior. Virego. So that's why I say we want to take it back way about down there, so.
Yeah, man.
When girl, but at virego is the word. Yes. Obi, anything you want to add finally?
Yeah, Colin.
Yes.
What I'm saying to you and Raleigh, it is extremely important. It can't be that you have somebody at the level of the speaker speaking and say have sweetie sucking her mouth and want you all to look at it. It really sent a wrong message, and a lot of people called me today. Talked to me off here today and said, "Obi, you didn't see what I want." And I said, "Yes, I saw it from last night, and I was so upset about it because certainly, no, it speaks volumes. So not supposed to happen."
Go ahead, Raleigh.
No, man, so she has done many things that are worse than that. That is why I'm saying the behavior, the conduct over the years is just totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant and brings the entire country in disrepute and make it look like a poppy show. When we look at what is happening,
somebody's saying vulgar.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
but virego are the word, the granny word when me I look for, man, like a virego. Well, I'm going to take a call and go back to Obi. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We have Ralston on the line. Go ahead. Oh, we lost the caller.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
Colin.
Yeah,
Colin.
Obi.
And as it relates to persons, of course, we have had at least 3 members. I think who have basically took up the minutes before. I think even Cable Moon did it. About 3 or 4.
The latest one I'm hearing about is Ed Bartlett. That Ed Bartlett did it?
Ed Bartlett did take the mace up and walk with it. But persons are saying that what Ed was doing was displaying it. But it's not certain that he took it up and walked it. That's the most recent. But certainly you go back as far as 1969. I don't remember if it was David Core or somebody, but or Cableman who did it at that point. But it's something that has happened before, certainly.
Somebody's saying that Nationwide just post a video with Brown Burke taking up the mace. Send it to me. I've not seen it, and that's why I keep saying allegedly. And that's why I'm telling us. I mean, now stick out me and say, she not do it. Me not see it. I have not seen that video. A whole heap of cameras in the Parliament, and as I explained to my listeners and viewers earlier, how it works. Sometimes you have all 16, 30 cameras going to one switcher. It depends on how many recorders you have. And if the cameras are recording, individual cameras can also record. So somebody has said that a Photoshop. I'd have to see it.
That is why I said, because I was certainly watching from the vantage point that I certainly did not see it at all. However, I am cautioning on the same side as you are, Colin, to say that I'm not putting my head out on a block to say it didn't happen, but I did not see it, you know?
Yeah. Hold on, Obi. Hold on, Obi. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Colin. Good afternoon. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, man. We are hearing you. Go right ahead. Yes, caller. We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. I just want to contribute to this discussion and what happened in the House yesterday between Mrs. Brownberg and the Speaker.
You have to speak up in the phone.
One of the things I've learned is that you can do.
Speak up in the phone for us, caller. You are very low. I don't know if you're using a headset or you have us on speaker, but speak directly in the phone.
I'm using a landline. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah. Yes, I am hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. I was saying there is a difference in doing the right thing and doing the thing right. Mrs. Holness as Speaker might have done the right thing in citing Mrs. Brownberg, but the manner in which she did it clearly showed that she was not doing it right. And as someone has noted before, the tone of voice at which she spoke to Mrs. Brownberg, who is an adult in her own right, a mother, a wife, a responsible member of the society, it was atrocious. I don't think anybody should be spoken to in that tone of voice, particularly in a public setting. And I think Mrs. Holness needs to take a look at herself and to realize that she needs to be more controlled in carrying out her function.
Caller, I think Ralston find the right word. She behaved like a virago.
Well, that's Ralston's word. It's a strong word. I'll just say she totally lost control. That's
but I'd say also,
way of putting it.
Hold on, caller. Hold on. Hold on, caller. Go ahead, Raleigh.
The caller said my word is a strong word, and I'm saying, putting it in an elegant way, her conduct is totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant, and brings the Parliament and Jamaica in total disrepute and makes us look like a laughing stock in the world today. Yes. That's an elegant way of putting it.
Yes, Ralston. I don't know if anybody noticed the tone of voice when she spoke to the Marshal was different. She actually used please in speaking to the Marshal, and she did not use please. The tone of voice she used to Mrs. Brownberg is when I want to get my dog outside.
Yeah, and that's not an isolated conduct. This is the kind of behavior we have seen over the years since she has been Speaker. Totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant.
It's horrible.
Yep.
She really needs to control herself. Of course, there'll be frustrating moments, but don't get personal. This was bordering on something personal, as some persons are hinted. I'm not sure
of course
if there is merit for that. But, one needs to be more respectful in how one speaks with one's peers in Parliament. All right?
All right, caller. Thanks much for the call. All right. Obi, wrap up. Make we get free up the line for some other callers.
Yeah, man. So all in all, the this government, Colin, the only thing that can stop this government is the people, because once it is a bill that needs a simple majority, no matter how egregious it is, the government is not going to yield. They are going to use their simple majority and push it through. So the next step that has to come, you have to treat it like a cricket match or a football match where you need the 12th man, and the 12th man is really the people of Jamaica. So until the people of Jamaica really rise up and decide that, listen, we are going to stand in the breach and we're not going to allow the government to just push through whatever they want to, then it's going to be business as usual, because as I said before, they are going to use their majority to push it through. The only thing that will not go through are bills that are entrenched or deeply entrenched, that they need at least that two-third majority from the upper house, meaning that they will have to get at least one opposition member to vote with them. But I can tell you, as Professor Morris said today, when we on my outside broadcast that from the Faculty of Law, you know, he said that tomorrow they will be looking at it in a very vigorous way in the Senate. So let's see what will happen there.
All right.
Let's
Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. Hold on for us, caller. Raleigh, the NARA bill, they have passed it in the lower house. It is going to the upper house.
Same thing I got.
They're going to pass it up there as well.
Yeah, man. Same thing
I want to ask you, if the Prime Minister gets their way and the government gets their way.
No, not if, when.
When they get their way. But it might be taken to court and put on hold. You never can tell.
Yeah.
So, when they get their way, can the NARA kickstart and move the Jamaican economy, you think?
Well, it depends. The resources are there, but if you misallocate the resources, then you're going to have a problem. And we have seen, as the civil society people have said, years of misallocation of scarce resources during the last 10 years. We pay $110 billion on the debt more than we're supposed to pay. As a result of that, Beryl destroyed the country's infrastructure because nothing was spent. And I was having a conversation with Professor Clayton today. Professor Clayton is a pro-chancellor emeritus for sustainable development at the UWI. And one of the things that he said was that over the last 20 years, the number of cars on the roads have increased fourfold. But the road infrastructure has deteriorated massively. So we end up with all of these. Yep, that's the point. Yep. So we have all of this history. Yep, and all the time when them trying to politicize the things when you talk about things. Professor Clayton is an expert in sustainable development. He is not a PNP. Yeah, but those people are talking objectively about the economy. When they talk objectively about the economy, them try to shut down the discussion and try to politicize it, which is what happening at the house yesterday is a kind of political distraction. Me now get caught up in them foolishness there. Yep, because that's distraction. Because one of the main thing for the speaker is to create distractions, in order to protect the government with the nonsense, which is also a conflict of interest.
And their incompetence.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have the Prime Minister's wife as a speaker of the House of Representatives. That's a clear conflict of interest.
We have a call on the line. Caller, go ahead.
Evening, Mr. Collins and Mr. Raleigh.
Yeah, man, blessed, sir.
Yeah, man, we are here. Go ahead, you know.
Yeah, you ever notice Miss Wellness body language?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hello?
Caller, go ahead. We are listening to you now. Make your point.
Yeah, may I say, if you ever notice Miss Wellness body language?
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Even though she seems to be like she's suffering some stress. She always seems to be arrogant. Right? She always have a attitude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anytime it seems like she upset with the PMP all the while. And the lady said she needs to change her approach at the Parliament. I didn't find somewhere to get her out.
All right.
That now got man till next September 3rd.
She should have
Call me on WhatsApp. Call me back on WhatsApp because we barely hear you. Call me back on WhatsApp. Yeah? 1-876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. We have Ralston Iman on the line. I prefer you call me on WhatsApp. The straight line, the calls coming in, but the callers are not hearing us properly. So if you call me on WhatsApp, I think we can have a better discussion for those of you who want to have a dialogue, you know? Because I have to be switching to and from for the phone. Caller, good evening. Welcome.
Evening, Colin.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Why democracy is falling.
Why you say that?
You know, you ever hear them use the term banana republic?
Yep.
Jamaica is slowly taking on the identity of a banana republic. The display that was in show last night was just disgraceful. And as for somebody who lives overseas at the moment, for that to be coming out in the international papers, for the Speaker of the House, who happens to be the wife of the Prime Minister, to be behaving in such a vulgar manner, it just shows how low we have descended in our politics. It was disgraceful. I know that they accused Miss Brownberg of touching the mace, but that cannot be how you respond. I would love to see what happens in Miss Holly's house when she has that problem there. If that is the way she behaves in the Parliament, can you imagine why the fire broke out, why the bomb scare came at her house?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Tell her. The bomb what? You remember these things? Hey, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
The bomb rampiness where the man remember?
Yep.
When all of the police then did have head up there. Hey,
yep.
Tell her.
No, when you have a bomb scare, you have sniffing dogs, you have the police, you have paramedics, you have fire brigade. You did say any of them something like this on Prime Minister's house. Just remember. But this tells you what the bomb was.
Hey.
And who was the bomb. It is. I have me a 50-year-old this year, and I see many prime ministers and many persons in many speakers. I have never in all my life see a speaker of the House this condescending and arrogant. Never. The woman is befitting of the position as Speaker of the House.
The lady, please. The lady, thank you.
The woman. You can't call her a lady. She don't behave like a lady.
Oh, come
lady
now. Come now. She's the first. She's the first lady, man.
No.
Come on now.
No. That is a butu. Come on, Colin. A butu behavior that we see on display last night. And you know the irony of this? The JLP was quick to run out this morning and talk about what Miss Brownberg did. And none of them, well, I don't think none of them, I think people in the party, but they're afraid to talk because Nikisha Bertel said something last night, in the Parliament. I don't know if you did listen to her speech. She said there are persons on the government bench that want to talk but can't talk, so she's talking on behalf of them. And see, after what they did with Malawi vote last night, I realized what Nikisha said true.
Yeah.
You get what I said?
Then give her some there,
Oh God Almighty, they are little answer here.
Yes.
You understand? Colin, me shame, man. God know me shame.
No man, the behavior of the Speaker of the House, 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 wrongs can't make a right. If the member touches if the member touches the mace, who will take up the mace? which is a breach, you deal with it decently. You don't deal with like your mongrel, your neighbor mongrel dog you talk to. Because you would even talk to fear dog, so. Are your neighbor mongrel dog or your neighbor where you and them not talk dog you deal with, so?
They must have persons are saying Miss Brownberg should apologize because she touched the mace. But don't you believe that the Speaker of the House owes the nation an apology for her behavior?
Of course, and listen to me. Me now say Angela for apologize to touch no mace. Because I'm going to tell you this, me say it earlier. If me in the house of the Parliament and the government have behaved that way, I may take up a mace and run.
No, Colin.
Stop the sitting at the house.
Yeah.
You understand what I say, Raleigh?
Hear me, I said to you, Colin. Hear me, I said to you. And I'll go over it again. Me now get caught up in this distraction, both Speaker of the House and Andrea touching mace and everything. We said we have enough experience in relation to the Speaker that her conduct, first, it shouldn't be there as the Prime Minister's wife. That's a conflict of interest. Additionally, over the years, we have observed that her conduct has been totally unacceptable and extremely repugnant. This is just a distraction because them can't deal with the global economic crisis and them don't want to deal with the problems that the country have with the Naira. This is just a big distraction. We never get caught up in that. We remain focused. We need to hear from the government. What is it that they are going to do about the global economic crisis? What is it that they are going to do about the flawed budget? And what is it that they are going to do about the fatally flawed Naira bill? That's my focus because we already know that the Speaker's conduct is totally reprehensible. Yep.
Caller?
Yeah, but you see, I agree with Ralston. I agree with Ralston, you know. But you see, there's a little thing that we have to think about. You know.
What's that?
We talk about the education of our nation every day. You have children who watch them things, you know. And you see all the way, you see they go on in the schools and they go on in the society with the younger generation. And people like the Speaker, they help them fuel all of them things, you know, because it shows that it's okay to display this type of behavior.
Yeah, man, the Speaker is angry, brother. The Speaker is a hungry woman.
No, son. But anyway, we never leave. Right, but hear me, assistant. Hear me, assistant. This is my last shot. You see, the Prime Minister was embarrassed last night.
Of course, he must be embarrassed.
Me couldn't see it in my utterance.
Yeah.
In my utterance, when he could call out his wife, but when he said, did have she in it too.
Yeah. All right,
you understand? Yeah, man, look how much.
So, Raleigh, the question I may ask, if the Naira is delivered properly, could that be the fillip that the economy is looking for? Hold on, caller.
But that's why we borrow the money. That is why the consumers that were interviewed by Don Anderson say them expect to get jobs and confidence because of the money that was announced in relation to the recovery process. Yeah. And that is why you must do it properly. And that is why you're going to have a big problem if it is not done properly. And that is why you must have a proper Naira bill. Right?
I want to say something to the Prime Minister that none of the parliamentarians said to him last night. Christopherton came the closest. Christopherton said we are living in a low trust society. That is correct. But we didn't just start living in a low trust society for no reason. And somebody should have reminded the Prime Minister that with all the powers that this Naira bill is going to be vested in you, sir, your statutory filing, which is a constitutional requirement, has not been certified for the last 4 years. That's a big part of the problem in our rally.
That's a big part of the trust problem. And for Tufton, the mother of all overruns at Cornwall Regional is a big part of the trust problem. Tufton has no credibility. Yep.
But him identify the major part of the problem why everybody is concerned about the safeguards in the bill.
Yeah, man, and he's a contributor to that problem.
Yes, people like Darrell Vaz.
Yep.
People like Crispino, Ruel Reed.
Yeah, man.
People like Andrew Wheatley.
Yep.
People like Bobby Montague.
Yep. The problems at the university. The problems at the University Hospital of the West Indies, all of those things.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So, we are going to just get up and trust. We don't want to hear no word about. The things must be written in the bill. The safeguards must be written into the bill. That we can hold on accountable. How we are going to trust on when I do yourself and get out of jail free card.
Yeah, man.
Right in our face.
Yeah, man.
Caller, good evening.
Yes, my brother. How are you, look, man?
Welcome.
All right. My brother, first I should say, look up to all the listeners and thank you very much for the works that you are doing for us. And
Raleigh.
And Raleigh. Yes. Me, same one from Massachusetts. My brother, I'm telling you, it's a shame, it's a disgrace, it's heartbreaking. I'm telling you to see that Butterfoot, take a reg.
Take a reg. That is one of the word, man.
Yeah, man.
Take a reg, man. Yes.
Take a reg, woman.
Take a reg. Hold on. When I was a little boy, Raleigh, some of the women when they more fight and tear off all them clothes, and tear off them
clothes, It's still happening, man. It's still happening.
And that attitude there,
man.
Show,
Yeah, man.
Me here to tell one woman for SUM, Me hear that, see that in a real life down a Bumbrook on a back road, Yeah, man. Caller, continue.
Yes, my brother. Trust me, as the caller did call before and say she's a gal. Believe you me, I'm telling the honest truth. One, I cannot call her a woman. You understand me? Two, I cannot call her a lady. Three, I cannot call her a housewife. Okay? Just because of her behavior. And let me say something to you. I am old enough. I am 57 years of age. And I am old enough, right, to see. And I see so many women who behaving just like she. And let me say something to you. Last night, to watch you play out last night, it bring me back of some Tegereg woman who I used to see back in the days. And I'm telling her, trust me, believe you me, you see she? Huh?
Yeah.
A fish, she forgot sell a seaside,
Later. All right.
My brother, a peace and love, man. A fish, she forgot sell, man.
Big up yourself. Raleigh, if the oil continue to go up where it is now and heading to $150, how long can the government hold that 450 cap?
Them can remember say every time it go up, them collect more money, so them can hold it.
So
it's good for them. When the price of oil go up, it's good for the government.
But how long we can manage 450 every week, Raleigh?
The country can manage it, but good for them, and that is why it is in their interest to hold it down, because the BOJ already has said conservative, them are looking at inflation of 7.5%. It will be more than that. It will be like 10 and 12 and all of them things. So the Fed again, I tell us inflation will accelerate in America, in the whole world. So them have to keep the interest rates high. So while it's good for them on the fiscal side, it is bad for the country. So it is in their interest on the fiscal side to use the extra money that them collect and try to keep down the price. But even keeping the cap at 450 still draining the society.
That's what I said, because if every week them liquor with 450.
Yeah, man. It's a continuous drain.
Hold on.
If you know what to say.
Hold on. Because a man where him tank, I'm going to go average man. Car man. Hold on the caller. A man where him tank let's say 35 liters. Multiply by 4.50. Is $157 gone on pan him tank of gas, you know. It's not $4.50,
Yeah, man.
you know.
Precisely. And while that happened with him with gas, all of the major food producers are increasing their prices. So
everything gone up.
Everything gone up. That's the point I'm making. And that is why the BOJ is projecting higher and higher inflation. And those are the things that we are supposed to be concentrating on as a nation rather than the garbage that we see come out of the parliament. That's the point I'm making. So we don't get distracted with this because we already know from day one, yeah, that the speaker's conduct is totally reprehensible and unacceptable. Yep. So at the distraction that when they want to get the society, while everybody talk about the speaker Angela, the oil price I go to $120 per barrel, the inflation accelerate, the price them increase. Yeah. But I get waste my time with that.
And the prime minister or the finance minister still has not addressed the country.
Yeah. So I'm not waste my time on them things.
Let's go to the call. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Mr. Colin. Good evening, Mr. Royston.
Yes, good evening.
Mr. Colin, I know I am thinking about last night. What a night for real. No.
I would sing the PNP them like that sing again.
You have a bad dog and you unleash the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog just on the attack. And the behavior they shall go away, you know. Yeah, man. Until they got the dog far away. Anyway. Notice from Parliament begin, she's agitated. And me I said to myself, say, but wait, is what wrong with her? She can't calm herself down. Visitors were there, you know. They welcome visitors.
Yes.
Visitors were sitting there in Parliament and look at what they see. Look what they take away from it. Now, if you notice her style of sitting too, she doesn't even sit like she's in Parliament. She's on the international scene.
You know, look like she know if you sit down like a lady for too. You know, look like she know if you sit down properly as a lady.
Yeah, I've been noticing her. She sit like them, look, you know what I mean? It's a low it. It's very low. Then again, me I said to myself, say, it look like every time when she hold up her head, she say, Rhoda.
Behave yourself. Tell her. Hold on, let me ask you something.
Yes, that's true. Rhoda sit up right in line with Andrew always behind him.
Let me ask you something.
She say,
hey, Carla. Carla.
Yes.
Rhoda look better than the speaker.
Yes, man. And him love the young thing because guess why?
Later.
Come on, man, you don't make me talk.
Talk.
Colin, Rhoda was not in agreement with the decision, you know. If people were observing her, she not even come out, you know. One of the time I think it done, you know. Rhoda move across to the other Juliet and sit down there. And she look and nod in her face. And me I say, not even Rhoda is in agreement with it. Then you know what surprised me too? How Vaz was getting on.
Boy, I'm
pointing finger like the real bad man.
Imam Bobby Montague, yeah, they were
yes,
really in their feelings.
Bobby Montague too. And she never see that, did we caution them and talk to them? It's unfair. It's unfair. Colin.
Yes.
Me not stay long. Look here. Listen. The husband come out and he went somewhere and he came back. And all he had to say something about the rules and abide by the rules. He must have said that, you know.
Yes.
I remember said that yeah, the way my left him, I forgot go the real one and that's what the bull there.
Later.
So I'm in agreement with her.
You're too bad.
I'm back her. Yeah. Yes. That's all him could say, you know. Yeah, but me I take in the thing, you know, me I tell her it wrong what you go on with.
Yeah, man.
And if Angela touch the mace as it is said, I know me look, me can't see that.
Well, we hear some videos.
She was sitting across me. I wonder, me argued with somebody. I wonder if she was reaching over to touch it and she saw her and she might pull back her hand. Now, if Angela touched the mace, she know why she touches it. She know why she touches. And me personally in the house there, me I walk out with the mace just like how the man when the parliament done. I walk out with the mace. Me I go to the door with the mace. Do what them want to do afterward, but me I walk out with the mace. It's a reason why if Angela touched the mace, she touched the mace, Colin.
All right.
Green, you see green, fertilizer man.
Yeah.
Him shouldn't say nothing because that the man character can't measure to Angela Brownberg. Him I go say, him I ask that she be suspended from the house. That one day, make them go on. Long run, short catch. Me gone call
All right.
him.
So, Raleigh, let's go back to the gas price, because if we, as a nation, continues to increase gas price every week, you said that inflation is going to go up. But since the war started, where are we now? 9-10 weeks? What is the amount that has gone on a liter of gas so far?
About $35.
$35 and climbing. What is that doing to the taximan income, the busman, the truckers?
Everybody income, everybody money are buy less because it coming like an additional tax. So disposable income is shrinking. And as a result of that, it is going to affect. Firms are increasing their prices while disposable income is shrinking. So it means that firms are going to start turning over less revenue. And it means that apart from the energy saving efforts that they are going to make, people are going to lose them work and the economy are going to sink into a steep recession. The entire globe right now talk about recession. That is why I mean, as one of the world's leading economists, I mean, I get caught up in this foolishness about Juliet Wallace and Angela Brownberg because them think they are just distraction because them not have no answer to the problem. Yeah?
But show me something, Raleigh. Let's say them are deliver the Naira properly and the money are spent like how it for spend. What would the war and high prices, what kind of effect that will have on the Naira and the bill back?
The war, the oil prices would have a negative effect on the real spending power of the amount of money. So, in other words, the money that you have in nominal terms, in terms of 3.2 billion, 512 billion Jamaican dollars, will buy less because you have to subtract the inflation from it. So, it means that you will get less for the money. Simple.
So it comes back to what we were saying right after the hurricane, that we need to get cracking. And long sat down all this time, did not make a while the sun was shining, no, a pure rain a fall, and you want to go build house in the rain now.
That's the point I'm making.
So the money where we borrow, I go do less.
I go do less now.
We could have done when we got it to borrow.
Precisely, because there's what we call the time value of money. Yeah,
that
inflation. That's the point I'm making. Somebody I get caught up in
critical thinking with the point now.
The for them to petty fucking again. Yeah, man, again and again and again, and no amount of aggression.
Again.
Yes, and no amount of aggression from the speaker can cover that. Yeah, the incompetence and the lateness and all of this thing, because that is what she tried to with all of this distraction. We're not buy that. Now focus on economics.
No quick. No, in the government plan right now. The quick gone 4 months ago.
Yep.
We should have done make 10,000 hours already.
Precisely. And then we would have the 7.1% decline in the economy during the fourth quarter of last year. It would have been less, maybe 2% or so, maybe it would have flatlined. Now we're gone into the war, and all of the prices, every price in the world where you can think of gone up right now. And most central banks. And may I tell you, this 2.4 billion, let me tell you, sir, is a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. When times were good, you only get 305 billion. So when times are bad and everybody are run for cover, you get 2.4 billion. Nonsense.
No, go get it.
No, go get it. I'm a challenge any one of them for challenge me. Any one of them and them friend them for challenge me upon that. You never get it.
Because we have to basically look on the 3.2 billion we left. Because
besides
them take 400 million already.
Yeah, and the 3.2 billion are value much less.
Yeah, can't do what it could have do when you just get it.
Precisely.
Let's take a final call. Caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Just something about Parliament. Let me ask you something. Do you think the rules should be changed about this voting thing? Like say an important bill like this, instead of having a simple majority, should it be changed that that more input, because like Mark said, this thing is so important that will affect future generations. So it should not be that with a simple majority that they should be able to get through with. What say you, gentlemen?
The bills,
Yes, I think so. The rules should have changed.
let me tell you what I understand. The bills that needs 2/3 majority are bills that are deeply entrenched in the Constitution. If you want to change those kind of bill, but policy direction for the government basically needs simple majority. What say you, Raleigh?
Yeah, man, and it means that the people of Jamaica have to make considered decisions when the time comes for them to make that decision. So they have to observe and do the analysis and make considered decisions. Don't make decisions that is only based on their belly and PR. Make decisions that are based on their head and looking the best for the country and for the future generation. So there's no shortcut to that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that, 28 seats in a parliament, is not a pure thing. I'm not saying that, most of them have the majority of the ruling party, but I'm just thinking that the rules of engagement should be changed a little bit. That, like you say, Colin, I understand, or like things that are entrenched, but this is our important thing. This money that people have to...
This is government policy, though, This is policy.
Yeah. Okay.
And you have to also remember that elections have consequences.
Precisely. That's the point.
When you vote for a government, you vote for them to run the country. So they have to have some leeway to do the things that they want to do as well.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. All right.
And that's why
government lasts forever. All right. I was just thinking that because seeing that this is so important and them just run roughshod over it, and even when Miss Mala fought, she did kind of bend a little bit. It's like, to me, she was bullied into changing her vote. Not that it probably would have made a difference, but to me, that's how I read it last night. So, it is what it is, and it's done. But, one more thing. Can this be challenged in the courts?
I think aspects of it can be challenged.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not a legal mind. I will make the necessary inquiries. Saturday morning, we will have Senator Cleveland Tomlinson. We'll make the necessary inquiries. All right.
Okay. All right. Have a good evening, gentlemen. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Raleigh. When will starting come with the first quarter of this year?
The end of May.
The end of May. But from your analysis of the data that has been coming so far, can you make any call on what you think is going to happen?
Another decline unless they fudge the figures.
Unless they fudge the figures.
Yeah, because all the signs that we're seeing point to another decline. So unless them fudge the figures, we are straight in a recession.
And can the Naira take us out? Can the Naira ensure that it's a V-shaped recession?
Well, it depends on how early them start spending Naira money, and it depends on if them not misallocate the money. So a whole lot rides on the Naira.
Outside of building a new parliament in Kingston, outside of the construction aspect of it, what kind of returns that can do to the economy?
What?
The parliament building.
Nothing. That shouldn't be a priority right now. That should be at the bottom of the list right now. That's not necessary right now. That should be at the bottom of the list.
What are some of the things that the government should be focusing on, Raleigh, with this $3.2 billion right off the bat?
Focusing on the first thing, energy. The second thing, food security. And we mean simultaneously, because you can't operate one and then the other. And that's a government run contrary to what the brother there said with it. Simultaneously, so you have to focus on energy, you have to focus on food security, you have to focus on infrastructure, road infrastructure, bridge infrastructure, you have to focus on transport infrastructure. For example, Professor Clayton today said that we have to have a mass transit system if the thing are work. He said studies done by the UWI and the UN indicate that people spend 1.5 hours in traffic. Some people lose 40% of them working time being in traffic because, as we said, the number of the cars on the roads up by 4 times while the road infrastructure is totally derelict. And them things that we need to focus on. Schools, yeah? Road infrastructure, bridge infrastructure, housing infrastructure, energy infrastructure, agricultural infrastructure. Parliament are the last thing on the land, because nothing productive now come out of the parliament.
Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Go ahead with your points. Caller, good evening. Go ahead, please.
Let me send the video to you with on my WhatsApp with Angela picking up the thing there, yeah?
All right. Give thanks. Give thanks. So, Raleigh, with all this that has been said, the world is in trouble. Living ain't easy right now. How soon do you expect? Because the government, when you listen to them, they are resting everything on the Naira. Their hope is rest on Naira and nothing less. How soon, if this is going to work, it needs to kick off?
Well, it should have kicked off already.
Yes.
Right? And that is why you should make sure you have a bill that is totally acceptable by the majority of the society. If you come with a bill that is not acceptable by the majority of the society and even pass it and then the man then carry a court, that is going to drag out and keep a long time, and that is going to prolong the recession. So you're going to start from very far behind when you do start. And again, as we said, that will negate the effectiveness of the thing. For stimulus to work, it has to be snapped. Yep. Anybody who know about economics know about that.
Isn't that a catch-22 for the opposition? Because if the opposition takes them to court, they are going to blame the opposition and says the opposition why the Naira never start, and that's why
I know. But the opposition cannot be daunted by that, because if the bill is flawed and result in misallocation of resources, then the opposition have to take some of the responsibility. Yeah, because this is a whole lot of money that posterity have to pay back. And that is why I'm saying to you that if the government was really serious about accelerating growth and all of that within a certain time frame, they'd have listened to the submissions of the other people and say, yeah, make we have something that is totally acceptable to most of the parties in the society so that we can move forward. It's not something that should be politicized, which is what is happening right now. Yep. Misallocation of the resources or late start of the thing, all those things are going to have the same effect on the economy, a deep recession.
Going back to the whole issue of petrol and the food price increase that the country is experiencing now, Ralston, at what stage the government have to stop increase gas every week?
Well, I don't know if them can stop do that every week. Yeah,
but it's soon now we can buy then.
Yeah, well, all of that, those are all some of the possibilities that we're talking about. Yeah, and that is why we need the people in the country to focus on the big picture and stop focus on these little petty things, you know, because the people who are conduct themselves them with a clear not understanding the predicament that the country is in, the predicament that the global economy is in, and that is why they can't come to the people and say, well, this is the state of the global economy, and this is what we are doing. Them come with all this kind of distraction. Everybody know I talk about Angela Brown, Burke, and Juliet Holness and all of them, and the big picture of crude at 120 and 110, fertilizer prices accelerating by 85%, jet fuel are run out in the world, which are going to affect tourism. These are the issues that we need to talk about. We're not a banana republic. We behave like some people in a banana republic.
Jamaica is a failing state.
Yeah.
I did say final, but let's take the final call. Caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, you're the final caller.
You know, yeah, I did watch the debate last night till it end. And I did not see when she raised the thing as what she said. But I don't believe that is our problem, because Malawi Fall almost reject everything by reading out certain things class by class. She's the only one on the government side. And I believe that if everyone did stay like she, probably the Prime Minister would have changed his mind and do the right thing. So that gets the Speaker of the House, to me, more upset. And when she go, I think she voted against one of the one of what them say, and then she get more upset, and then she end up have to change her vote, and then she said, she have a right to change her vote and ray, so she a go and eat up herself one way. Just like heat up herself and name up herself up there. And then she start get real bad for Angela more. And she and you know the whole thing you see was like a joke thing for the government. As far as I see it, they just take people for fool and just feel like say through them at the government then can just push down anything against people and we have to take it. But I respect Malaru because she asked her back question, she dig down in it, very good. I respect her very much for that. She dig down in it. And you know, them should have really looked on what Malaru was saying, you know. Because based upon that, you know, the people you are dealing with the country, you know, and the money you are dealing with, you know, it's not all about you where in the house, you know. It's all about people and how the money is going to pay back. And she's just asking for accountability and all them things. So that's what gives the Speaker of the House real bad. She just get on real bad. Very, man, she was so upset over it. I don't know.
All right. So,
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, caller, give thanks. So I just saw the video.
Give thanks.
I just look at the video and it was played. Angela was playing. So when I really look at it now, she might have done something wrong, but I don't think it was in the manner for which the Speaker of the House behaved. But that's the Speaker of the House. So Raleigh, if we continue and gas go up by, because in short order it will reach up to maybe $50 extra litre since the war. The country can't continue that way.
No.
Who is going? No. I know you're going to tell me say this gone already and it not did it. But me think the government should pay a price in a rally for removing the edge, you know.
That price will only be paid. That price will only be paid when the next time for the people make a decision. Not now come out of that. We'll get the same result
but I want to say to the opposition who put that edge in place that something must give now. Andrew Wallace must be made to apologize for that decision because the people of Jamaica is going to pay dearly for it.
But realistically, you think that will happen? Look what happened in Parliament last night. Realistically, you think that will happen?
No, man, but the opposition.
We have to talk about reality. Yeah, whether them do that or not, it not going to happen. That not going to happen.
Well, me just find it unfair, though, that you make a decision that is going to cost every member of this country dearly.
Yeah, but
decision.
Yeah, but
September 3.
But September 3 gone already, and them have the majority, so nothing not gonna happen. More than we just going on a steep recession and who suffer does suffer until the next time come around. Nothing not gonna change.
Still cast a picture for me, Raleigh. You were there when this edge tax was put in place. Had we continue and been ensuring 100% of our oil purchase, what would be happening to Jamaica now? What position would we be in compared to other countries?
Would have been a much better position now because the rest of the thing would have been insured. So we wouldn't be in this desperate position that we are in at this particular point in time. But all I say, when the people heard that, the people still made a particular decision because they voted on them belly, the 1.5 tax scam. Them vote for it because them say it will make them have more food and you can put on a room for your house and you can buy a car. And the people of Jamaica bought into it. Simple. So them have to stand the consequences of them decision. Simple. That you just say election have consequences. So that is why you must vote with your head and not your belly.
All right, my brother.
Simple.
We talk Saturday morning.
All right, boss.
Thanks, Ralston Iman people, top financial analysts on this island. And I am very sober right now because I don't see how Jamaican people are going to manage in this crisis here. This one don't see us in a nice place. And when them in a parliament a giggle and a kin teeth. No kin teeth business unite. To date, the government has not officially addressed the country as it relates to the war in the Middle East and its effect on oil price on the world market and gas price at the pump.
Colin.
Yes, good evening.
My brother, my uncle, very well done tonight again. And Uncle Ralston leave, but he has said something that resonated with me. And to all the others on the chat, we have to refocus ourselves now. As you just stated, what we are going to do with this oil price, now go down, Iran and US now back down, things are not looking as the way it used to be. Because, we not tell no lie. It is right in our face. Stick a pin. I am in Canada. And our Prime Minister and Mr. President of the United States in one bangarang with trade talk. But I see a man who is in the position as a Prime Minister focusing on his people. He mobilized us. He solidified the Parliament. He mobilized the Canadian people to be strong, get together, united. He comes out and he addressed us and tell us of what we're facing. Tell the people, them say, listen, easy. He said, hope is not a nostalgia. He said, you can't, things not the way they is used to be. It's different now. So we have to face, or we put on, we pot differently. Yes, Canada, Alberta, oil sands, Saskatchewan, a fertilizer. We have all these natural things. And you know what we have to do? We have to diversify and reroute with trade routes. We have to go all over the place and market.
Yes.
But this government in Jamaica, they not think about the mother where in the yard, whether auntie, grandmother, anybody, I think we feed the family breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How we send the picnic them to school, the one them we want to do become something. They not think about the teacher them, because even though they're in the classroom, they are householders and consumers too. They not think about even the same policeman them we analyze the young people them. They have a yard. Whether they sweetheart yard or they legitimate yard, them have to have a yard and them have to come with the money. So if these people in the parliament, and these are their constituents, Angela Brown-Burke is a dead horse. That action where she did what she have to do, and it done. We need to focus now.
Guess what?
See what Uncle Ralston said.
Hold on the caller. Seeing the video, I'm a little bit disappointed now. Because I thought Angela was going to protest and was seriously thinking about taking up the mace and walking out of the parliament. Angela was just playing around. And that's why you hear the speaker say it's not a joke. So she knew that Angela was just playing around, maybe making light of a moment after 11 o'clock or got 12 o'clock in a night. And you behave like that, Juliet? No, sir. Juliet?
Come on. Uncle Ralston said to her, you see, it's a pattern.
Yes.
It's a donkey. Mm-hmm. And me even did sing one time when we that discuss that, hear what the old man say. If it tie the donkey down there, the jackass kick up and prance. And so she did that kick up and I got in a post apartment. She's behaving like a buffoon, a dumb jackass.
Anyway, Carla, we're gone.
That is not the way you behave. So we enough as she. We as Uncle Ralston, so we now go get distracted
not
anymore.
At all. We're not losing focus.
No,
not
we
losing
have
focus.
to realize that we have to put on with pot Our families have to live and we have to survive this. And that is exactly what we want to know. And as me hear Dr. Dawes, Nikisha Burchell, Golden, our leader,
Even the same Angela Brown Burke.
everyone, even she,
Angela
come
wet
out
them up.
and call out it. To even hear Tough Tan admitting, see, they admit to exactly what the opposition is saying.
Yeah, man.
He said it's a lower
Trust society. We don't trust them. We don't trust them, and we have reasons.
So
reasons not to trust you all.
Exactly, the PNP. Oh my goodness. You know what? Job well done, PNP opposition in the House of Parliament. We know said we are going to get some changes, and that's what we were asking for. And we get some changes.
20
we
out
don't
of
get
them.
everything.
20 out of
get
them.
as much.
No, we didn't get as much
And
because
we're moving on.
all the clause that the opposition called for a divide on, we didn't get what we want in those clauses, and that's why we want to register that we voted against this. Anyway, we're going to run. We're wrapping
There
up.
you go.
We're wrapping
So
up.
we did our job. That is what opposition is there for.
Absolutely.
So with everything and the little sideshow and all that, we didn't expect nothing different. I think you should find if you don't watch it fit you like me and you. Oh, she did a shake up herself like a some skettle and some gal and some like some fishwife business. So hey, we don't expect nothing better from her. So
all right, Carla.
give
Thank
thanks. We focus on the positive and we get the things that we need to move forward for our people and our mothers and our caregivers and the vulnerable and the young and the youth and everything can put on we part. You hear, Colin?
Later.
Wow, good.
Blessings. Yeah, that's it. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again Saturday morning for the Colin Bell Show. Oh, and let me tell you this before we go. Let me say thanks to all the Portland Spice ambassador. All subscribers, I want to thank you. We are now at 10,004 subscribers. Congratulations, Portland Spice TV. Big up yourself, all the Portland Spice ambassadors. Thanks to all the subscribers. Nardi, big up yourself. All our people in the chat room. Celine Browning, Auntie Elaine, Miss Palmer. Big up everybody. Big up the producer. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure to see 10,000 on the screen. You know, we're growing from strength to strength. Spread the word. Let them know this is where the truth lives. We're going to leave you with Alfred Dawes telling you about the Naira bill.
By the powerful to protect the powerful. We were sent here by the powerless to protect them from the powerful. Mr. Speaker, the man in the street watching these debates is asking one question. What is Naira? The superficial answer is that Naira is a reconstruction body. But the question is not what Naira is. The question is what Naira is for. Is Naira the answer to the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa? Yes. Or was Hurricane Melissa the answer to this government's long and deliberate march towards authoritarianism and absolutism?
Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture said it once, so I say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off.